Let's dive into this whole Eminem possibly dissing Jay-Z thing that's been buzzing online. So, Billboard dropped a list of the top 50 rappers, putting Jay-Z at number 1 and Eminem at number 5. To recap, the list went Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar, Nas, Tupac, and then Eminem. On top of that, Apple Music ranked their top 100 albums, placing Eminem somewhere around the 80s or 70s, while Jay-Z's Blueprint landed at number 13, which seems way too high. Blueprint is a great album and definitely deserves to be on the list, maybe even in the top 50, but number 13 above nearly every other hip-hop album ever? No way. When Billboard's list came out, Eminem was 5th, behind Tupac, Nas, Kendrick Lamar, and Jay-Z. Shout out to Kendrick, but some might think he's ranked a bit high. Anyway, Eminem's lines on the track Toby have stirred up some speculation that he might be taking shots at Jay-Z. Let's break down the lyrics. Eminem raps, "Spitfire. I was just flying coach. Y'all thought you were sick, you were misdiagnosed. I'm dope, and you'll never have this high a dose. Now my estate's in the building. I don't slept on more floors than the Empire State Building." People are connecting this to Jay-Z because of his song Empire State of Mind. With Jay-Z being number 1 on Billboard's top 50 rappers list, folks think Eminem might be throwing shade. Eminem continues, "I got so many stories, but I hate ceilings. Ain't feeling your top 5 favorite rappers, so I know they about to be pissed at me. But this to me is a mystery. How rappers I've already ripped could be higher up on a list than me." He could be referring to his collaboration with Jay-Z on Renegade. Many believe Eminem outshined Jay-Z on that track. If you ask around, most people might say Eminem was better, maybe 60% to 40%, or even 70% to 30% in Eminem's favor. Both had great verses, but Eminem's bars are often seen as superior. So, with all this in mind, it's easy to see why people think Eminem is aiming at Jay-Z in these lyrics. Let's break down what else Eminem said and whether he's taking shots at Jay-Z. Eminem raps, "How rappers I've already ripped could be higher up on the list than me. Yet here I sit on your list though at 5, which still is fine, but just know inside. To me, that's why it's hilarious." He's clearly talking about how he finds it funny that rappers he thinks he's outperformed are ranked higher than him. He continues, mentioning how when he's dissed by a pioneer who influenced him, people tell him to let it go. Specifically, he's talking about Melly Mel, who criticized Eminem's high ranking on the list, suggesting it was because he's white. Eminem goes on to address the argument that he's only successful because he's white, calling it dumb. He points out that many white rappers haven't reached his level of success. He mentions Asher Roth, Vanilla Ice, Paul Wall, Bubba Sparks, and others, noting that while some had brief success, none have had the lasting impact he has. He mentions Mac Miller, who had potential but tragically passed away. Eminem's point is that the argument falls flat because if being white guaranteed success in hip-hop, there would be more successful white rappers, which isn't the case. Back to the potential Jay-Z diss. Eminem's line, "How could rappers I've ripped be ahead of me?" seems to hint at his collaboration with Jay-Z on Renegade, where many felt Eminem outshined Jay-Z. He's questioning how Jay-Z could be ranked higher if he believes he bested him on that track. The real question is whether Jay-Z will see this as a diss. Jay-Z is known for his subliminal disses, and Eminem's lines might be interpreted as a subtle jab at Jay-Z. While Eminem usually confronts issues directly, this situation might be different since Jay-Z isn't responsible for the rankings. Eminem's real beef seems to be with the critics who ranked Jay-Z higher, despite Eminem's belief that he outperformed him. In short, Eminem's lines could be seen as a diss at Jay-Z, but they're more likely aimed at the critics and the ranking system itself.